Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Pushing on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give nothing to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight is done.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Reviewer here. Time for another exciting review of Persona 5, the animation. You never seen it coming. Anyways, let's just move on to it. So basically, when it comes to Persona 5, the animation, let's talk about this episode. So basically, story progression wise, we are finally done with the first arc, or first half, whatever, of Persona 5. So we pretty much cleared the first dungeon in the actual game. So yeah, that's the story progression wise. We actually cleared the dungeon really quick, I'm not gonna lie. So basically, when it comes to this episode, let's just talk about the way it ended. Now, a lot of people are just really confused on what's happening when it comes to the very end of the actual episode itself, because it seems like it's jumping way too far into the future. Like, I'm like straight out like, what are you, Katakuri from One Piece? Like, no, like, come on, man, like, no, that's ridiculous. Come on. I mean, I can understand what they're kind of doing, because when it comes to the painting and when it comes to what's gonna happen, that painting alone should, I already know that the painting alone gives you the hints at the very end on what the next episode is going to cover, which of course they're not going to finish entirely in one episode, which kind of makes sense. It could maybe be about 2 or 3 episodes, depending how things go. We don't know though. But anyways, let's talk about how they infiltrated the dungeon. So they see that they got through a lot of things going on when it comes to the dungeon. We see that because we see that when it comes to the dungeon, they infiltrated some of the game's elements actually right in this episode. We actually get to see, you know, that one part in the dungeon where you have to pretty much like go through this certain part where you have to unlock a key to activate a switch in order to get from like this like swinging axe thing. And then of course, like, we actually get to see the pixel actually become part of you, like as your persona and stuff like that. And we also get to see the execution scene of the Persona fusion. So that was really cool. I did like the way they actually implement that. That scene alone and those scenes alone were actually really damn cool, and I'm glad they animate those scenes quite well. So this review, I apologize that this review is really late. So this review obviously won't be a really long review anyway, just to give actually my overall thoughts, since I already played the game and I already know what happened. So basically now it comes to the main event when it comes to Kamoshida. So we find out that they finally infiltrated and went through the entire mansion in their sneaky about ways, which I'm really glad they infiltrated this in the game, because I was so happy they did this, because otherwise it'd just be like, whoa, they already got the treasure, you know, which is the trophy, Nani? Because if they made it that quick, then that would be kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie, that would be absolutely bonicles, like really quick. I'm not gonna lie, that's ridiculously fast pacing if they did that. I'm glad they slowed it down just a bit when it comes to those parts, so that way we can actually get to the main event by showing the progression of the characters on how they actually infiltrated the mansion. So yes, I actually do really like that. That was actually really good. Now let's talk about the big main event, which is of course the big battle with Kamoshida himself. So after we see the true treasure, Kamoshida obviously catches on the alarms. Well, in the video game, it's okay, this is very different from the game. In the original game, it was already at 100% of the actual thing itself, meaning once you raise those alarms in the video game, the boss will automatically just come. You don't have to worry about any kind of security whatsoever, because technically, like, everyone's just going to be on deck on that one scene when it comes to the treasure room. So you have that. But in here, it's completely different. They just infiltrate the palace. They find his actual heart, the actual treasure for his heart, and yeah, there's no rain, no alarms or nothing, which I'm actually kind of shocked about. They didn't really add that portion, but whatever though. I mean, I know in the actual game itself, the alarm system will go 100%, and you have to go in there like full throttle in there. You have to make sure you got prepared. Oh, I also like in this episode as well, we actually got the actual gun ammunition stuff. That was actually really cool. Granted though, I kind of wish we did get to see like this extra scene we're supposed to see. Like, I don't know if they're gonna do that part or not yet. I mean, I don't know if it's this part or if it's like the part after that where you're supposed to get something afterwards when it comes to the gun owner dude, which I forget his name. But yeah, like they only showed like a glimpse of him though, which I'm kind of surprised. But however though, yeah, this was kind of a little more different than I expected, like the way they actually did it. I mean, yeah, I love the way, oh, and I also love the way too how they actually planned themselves to actually get stronger in the dungeon. Also, I do like that they actually added the actual pharmacist chick, which I forget her name entirely, but yeah, we get pharmacist chick, but sadly she's briefly introduced. Now I know in the game she's pretty much introduced, but not like into her full potential as of yet. But it's kind of weird how they just introduced her in here, and it felt kind of a little off on like the way they introduced her in the actual in the actual scenario itself. So yeah, but anyways though, which was also really cool that I liked is that the fact that they get to see Ren actually building actually creating some of the building some of the actual the locks and everything. Like it actually shows you making the locks and getting all some kind of stuff with your stamina. That was cool. I really like how they added that a lot. So this episode actually, when it comes to those elements, made this actually much more enjoyable compared to most of the first 3 episodes I saw, which weren't really terrible, but they weren't at its full quality peak. Like pretty much I would say, okay, granted episode 1 was pretty nice start. I like the way episode 1 started off. When it comes to stuff like episode 2 though, whatever, episode 3, but then I would say episode 4, this episode alone, would have to be the episode where I think people are really going to jump on board and get really hyped, because this is the episode right here. So, not only that, now the Kamoshida boss himself, when it comes to the CGI stuff, it wasn't really bad at all. It actually looks like they took the same graphics from the PS4/PS3 game, and then they just ported him into the actual scene itself. Now, it wasn't terrible CGI. Again, I've seen worse. I've seen Attack on Titan Season 2 CGI when it comes to the fucking Colossal Titan, which, yeah, that I'll admit wasn't that great of CGI, I'm not gonna lie. But when it comes to the actual Kamoshida boss, it wasn't bad. It actually looked really, really cool. I actually like the actual CGI because it looked kind of cool. It looked crisp. It didn't look like cheap-ass CGI or anything like that. It actually looked like it would fit pretty much with the actual game itself. You know what? I'll accept that. That's fine by me. You know what I mean? I'll actually accept that as it is. So, it is what it is. I mean, okay. So, that's pretty cool. And then, finally, we actually see the Kamoshida going into his full form. Like, pretty much, like, he has his attack where it's like a volleyball thing. Kind of like what he does pretty much, like, with his, volleyball team, etc., etc. So, that's why he's got, like, that. It kind of reminds me of that volleyball spite thing from, like, Gotenks from Dragon Ball Z. That's actually kind of funny, though. So, anyways, right after that, we see that the gang finally has to take the little crown thing away from him, because that's what they have to take in order to actually steal the hearts of Kamoshida. So meanwhile, they have to try their best to distract him and whatnot, while pretty much we see Origi pretty much go up there and basically just try to actually get the actual crown from him, while we have Lady Ann and we have Ren pretty much doing their thing, and so does Morgana as well. So we have that going on. The fight itself, I liked a lot better compared to the other episodes. I would say the fight here, no, actually no, yeah, the fight here I would say was the best one that they've done. I think this was the best one that they've done when it comes to the fight itself. Now let's talk about the animation. The animation for this episode, even, I must say, the animation was actually quite damn good in this episode. Like, I didn't find too much anime hiccups when it comes to this episode whatsoever. So yeah, I didn't really find the anime hiccups whatsoever in this actual episode at all. I really didn't. So yeah, getting to the bottom line, we have the very end of the episode where pretty much Kamoshida is about to jump and kill himself, but in reality, Lady Ann's like, no, all we have to do is just take this and we're good. Now just redeem yourself for your crimes. Like, there's worse fates that are worse than death itself. And then we have that scene going on. Then at the very end, we have the whole scene where Kamoshida turns himself in and then, pretty much confesses for his crimes, instead of him having that crazy mental breakdown and basically trying to not get any traces of him coming out from reality, etc., etc. So yeah, there's that too. And then yeah, so we have that going on, and I really did like how they actually added like Lady Ann's like friend in there too. Not like Shiyu. Yeah, that was really sweet. I was actually really glad they actually added that, because I don't think they added that in the original game, which was actually really cool. Though that was actually pretty sweet. And it's so weird how Joker got his name like at the end of the episode, because I could have sworn he got it during the palace. So yeah, they basically changed that like a lot during that time. They really did. So yeah, overall, when it comes to this episode, and then of course the ending where it shows the detective boy, it shows him, and then of course it shows the other characters that it looks like we're all gonna meet. Well, I already know who they are because I play the game, but you know, and it's identical on which arc is gonna be next, judging from that actual part 2 where it shows the painting. So we kind of already know exactly what that's gonna be. I'm hoping they do those scenes kind of cool with justice, especially when it comes to that dungeon, which was actually pretty artistic, if you know what I mean. So you'll see exactly what I mean for the people who play the game probably the next episode. So yeah, overall that's pretty much it for this episode. So what should I rate the score overall when it comes to this episode? I mean, the pacing was fine. It wasn't really too quick like the other times were. And yeah, we actually did quite great progression in this episode. We really did. So so I'm probably gonna give this episode about a, let's see, not fantastic, but probably a few points down, because again, when it comes to the gun merchant, not the gun merchant, but I don't know, it just felt like I really wish I could have seen more. It was cool that we implemented some stuff with the games, but I kind of wish I could have seen more. Like, I really wish there could have been like more kind of somewhat planning involved when it comes to stealing the heart and stuff like that. It was cool how we got to see the aftermath of the infiltration, but I really wish they could have dynamic the plan and actually figure out like how they did it, etc, etc. But I just felt like they just did one scene here, one scene there, one scene there, one scene there, just to jump to the main point, which the main point of the episode was actually fine on its own. So 4.5 out of 5 this episode gets. So great to great plus episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and until then, I'll see you guys next week for episode 5. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, click on that bell to join the squad, boys. Follow my social media plugins and my gamer tags as well. Also, if you haven't already, please join the Plus Ultra Discord down below if you dare to. So, or if you want to, not dare to. But anyways, yeah, so peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. And manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch. And that's it. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.